Good morning, Vanderbilt. I'm Sam Malik.
And I'm Carly Vaughn.
And welcome to Morning View. It is March 1st, and thank you for joining us.
It's almost spring break as well.
I cannot wait
all I
until
can think
spring
about.
break. Where are you going?
I'm going to New York this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow, and I'll be there for a couple days, and then I'm going home, and I'm going to be on the beach every day. But we'll talk about that later, though.
And home's Florida, right?
Yes, Florida. Northern Florida, so not the cool part of Florida, the part of Florida that no one really wants to visit.
The really southern kind of
yeah,
NASCAR Florida.
See, it's funny because it's like you've got this. Okay. This is where I live, and then in here is like suburbs. You know, it's like any other American place. Then you go a little bit lower, and that's like the redneck, crazy, like really southern part. And then if you go south, it's just a bunch of people from New Jersey. So, yeah, so it's pretty interesting. In Florida, the whole southern thing kind of gets flipped on its head.
Yeah, the south is north and the north.
The south is north and north is south.
So I will be going home, and I am very excited because I need to sleep and eat real food and.
Hey, there's real food here.
Get a break. There's
where's home for you?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Greatest place in the earth.
Been to Houston.
Ooh.
I liked Houston.
Yeah, Houston's nice.
It's cool.
It's not as nice as Dallas. There's kind of a Dallas-Houston rivalry going on.
Okay.
Dallas is better. That's just my opinion. So.
Hey, I went to this one restaurant in Houston. It's like my favorite restaurant ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember its name though, so that's kind of a problem. But it was really good. It was really good. But anyway. Well, Vanderbilt, there are some things going on in your campus, and as of now, no one in Vanderbilt athletics is in greater need of their spring break vacation than the men's baseball team. After heading into the season with lofty expectations, Vanderbilt has struggled mightily, holding a humbling record of just 1-7. And it would be a senior night to remember for Jeff Taylor and company as the Commodores topped number 13 Florida 77-67 on Tuesday night in front of a packed house at Memorial Gym. Prior to tip-off, Vanderbilt honored the team's 7 seniors in an emotional pregame ceremony. That emotion and intensity would carry throughout the game's entirety as the Commodores turned in one of their most commanding performances of the season. And the Vanderbilt women's basketball team is no stranger to postseason success, particularly during the Southeastern Conference Tournament. Under veteran head coach Melanie Balcom, the Commodores have reached the semifinals in 9 of 10 appearances, enjoying a 21-6 conference tournament record. And famed travel writer Rick Steves will be speaking at Vanderbilt next month as part of Rick's Road Trip USA, a cross-country tour that will take him to 20 cities in 20 days. Steves is the author of over 50 European travel guidebooks, the host of the public television series Rick Steves Europe, and the host of public radio show Travel with Rick Steves. Steves will be speaking on his book, Travel as a Political Act, at 7 on Monday, March 19th at the Student Life Center. Free tickets will be available from the Surratt Student Center box office starting Thursday, March 1st, so today.
Wow.
I've never heard of Rick Steves, though, so that...
I've heard of him a few times. He's, a travel writer. So I haven't read any of his stuff, but...
You know who should come to Vanderbilt?
Who should come to Vanderbilt?
Anthony Bourdain. No reservations.
Oh,
I love that show.
He could go around and eat all the different campus foods. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right,
so
I'm contacting the no reservations
Thai
people.
fish cakes he can eat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No. You're thinking of.
Man versus Food. Who is that? Who's
Anthony Bourdain is the guy. He's really he's kind of acerbic, and he's just kind of
Yeah.
He's kind of I'm gonna go these places and not like it, but he's really funny. But he made this really creepy cartoon at Christmas time called Christmas with Krampus. I'm not gonna go into it, but you should Google it because it's really creepy. It's really weird, but he kills children. It's not okay.
Kind of weird.
It's like claymation too, which makes it even worse. But anyway,
claymation creeps me out.
Yeah, I liked Gumby when I was little, but now claymation except for certain exceptions like Fantastic Mr. Fox. That's a great movie.
I haven't seen it. No, so.
Children's movies. I'm a favorite.
Speaking of children,
oh God.
That's a horrible transition. On this day in 1932, a crime that captured the attention of the entire nation, Charles Lindbergh III, the 20-month-old son of aviation hero Charles Lindbergh, is kidnapped from the family's new mansion in Hopewell, New Jersey. Lindbergh, who became an international celebrity when he flew the first solo flight across the Atlantic in 1927, and his wife Anne discovered a ransom note demanding $50,000 in their son's empty room. The kidnapper used a ladder to climb up to the open second-floor window and left muddy footprints in the room. The Lindberghs were inundated by offers of assistance, and Al Capone offered his help from prison. For 3 days, investigators found nothing, and there was no further word from the kidnappers. Then a new letter showed up, this time demanding $70,000. The kidnappers eventually gave instructions for dropping off the money, and when it was delivered, the Lindberghs were told their baby was on a boat called the Nellie off the coast of Massachusetts. After an exhaustive search, however, there was no sign of either the boat or the child. Soon after, the baby's body was discovered near the Lindbergh mansion. He had been killed the night of the kidnapping and was found less than a mile from home. The heartbroken Lindberghs ended up donating the mansion to charity and moved away. The kidnapping looked like it would go unsolved until September 1934, when a marker bill from the ransom turned up. The gas station attendant who had accepted the bill wrote down the license plate number because he was suspicious of the driver. It was tracked back to a German immigrant and carpenter, Bruno Hauptmann. When his home was searched, detectives found a chunk of Lindbergh's ransom money. Hauptmann claimed that a friend had given him the money to hold, and he had no connection to the crime. The resulting trial was a national sensation. The prosecution's case was not particularly strong. The main evidence besides the money was testimony from handwriting experts that the ransom note had been written by Hauptmann. The prosecution also tried to establish a connection between Hauptmann and the type of wood that was used to make the ladder. Still, the evidence and intense public pressure were enough to convict Hauptmann, and he was electrocuted in 1935. In the aftermath of the crime, the notoriousness of the 1930 kidnapping was made a federal offense. So.
That was the worst transition
I
I've
know,
ever heard in my life. I was like,
I feel really bad. I was like,
it was so funny.
like speaking. Oh God, this was off. I shouldn't.
Oh God, it was funny though.
Okay.
You gave me a good laugh, and you.
Well,
and
kidnapping. It's.
Speaking of children. Okay. Anyway. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Well, it's creepy when you say it like that.
Well, you didn't say it like that. I'm just
Okay.
saying it was funny. I got a good chuckle out of it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I could use the Lindbergh's misfortune to make you laugh this morning.
Oh God, now you make me sound really awful. Okay, we gotta stop talking
It's
about
fine.
this.
It's fine. You're just a horrible person.
I'm just
It's
a
all right.
horrible person. All right. Well, on a bit of a lighter note, Vanderbilt, as we head into spring break, I want to talk about something that may be a danger to your health, and you probably already know this, but that danger is tanning. Tanning is a word that holds a lot of connotations in our country today. There are tanning beds almost everywhere you look, but there are also bottles of 100 SPF being sold every day. As you can probably tell by my pale complexion, I do not go tanning very often myself. I tend to just burn and then turn right back to being my normal pasty self. In response to my inability to tan, I've developed a bit of an anti-tan agenda, telling friends they shouldn't go to tanning beds or lay out because it's bad for them. But recently I've got to thinking about whether tanning is as bad for you as I've been saying it is. So I embarked on a journey for tanning truth, and this is what I discovered. Like everything else, the safety of tanning depends on how you do it. The major concern with tanning is skin cancer. The UV radiation that causes your skin to produce the more melanin that causes a tan can also lead to deadly types of cancer like melanoma. The doctors can't say for sure at what point an individual will develop skin cancer from UV exposure, but they urge the use of common sense. Basically, don't fry your skin to a crisp. And cancer isn't the only reason not to do this, tanning. UV exposure causes the leathery faces that you see on many older people, the sun worshippers who are now paying the price with their wrinkly skin. It's been proven that a tan or sunburn will cause your skin to lose its elasticity, causing premature aging. Also, laying in tanning beds where the UV rays are extra concentrated can wreak havoc on your eyes, especially if you don't wear those little glasses. And tanning beds are the biggest source of concern for melanoma as well, since a person who uses a tanning bed once a month is 55% more likely to develop melanoma than those who don't. So what does this all mean? Should we slather ourselves in nuclear sunscreen and wear turtlenecks on the beach? Or maybe go to the fake tan route? Well, fake tanning comes with its own perils, orange palms, and skin that is just way too dark. While those alternatives would certainly help us avoid skin cancer, avoiding the sun entirely might cause other problems like vitamin D deficiency. So what's the answer? Is tanning bad for you? I personally believe that just like anything else, tanning is best in moderation, but never in tanning beds. Think about it, a tiny box that basically cooks you? Thanks, but no thanks. The sun is free and tans look nice, but we all just need to remember to wear sunglasses, maybe throw on a stylish hat, and think of the future. The future in which we don't want to be cancer-riddled lizard people with leathery skin. So be smart this spring break, and remember that like Christina Aguilera says, you are beautiful no matter what they say.
Nice.
I like Christina Aguilera. I love
Yes.
that song.
You
I
know
almost
who-
sang it, but then I didn't.
You know who loves tanning is like sorority girls? Like Becca loves tanning.
Oh my gosh.
I am.
Yes.
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 We have today for you, Vanderbilt, an interview by Mr. John Rice with the man behind the sorority girls video. Which is
Super
yes,
exciting.
yes. So with Shane Steeper from Melon House Productions, John Rice caught up with him earlier this week. Let's take a look.
Hello, Vanderbilt. I'm here with a special celebrity, though you may not recognize him. This is Shane, as you may know him from campus. He's a student here as of last year. Though, what would you say your alter ego is?
Oh, well, I think most of the campus would probably recognize my character Laura Penny, who is, I think, everyone's favorite sorority girl.
Absolutely, absolutely. And she's most famous for what, I guess it was SH*T, sorority girls say?
Yeah, we'll say stuffed sorority girls say.
Stuffed sorority girls say.
Just for the sake of keeping everyone happy.
Absolutely, brevity, and and we don't want to tread those waters, but fantastic. So, where did your motivation for coming up with this YouTube phenomenon come from?
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say that. I mean, my inspiration was certainly from Vanderbilt. You know, it's a very Greek campus, but it wasn't from any one particular girl.
It wasn't one particular girl.
Definitely not.
Or at least no one will
I
name.
have never encountered any one girl as ferocious as Laura Penny is.
As Laura Penny. Yeah.
There are no such girls here, I don't think. She's a combination of terrible stereotypes that I don't think actually exist here. So
I got you.
rest assured.
Sure. So it's kind of an amalgam of all things that could
Yeah.
possibly happen.
She's an extreme exaggeration. I mean, she's definitely a stereotype, and that's why she exists, is to make people laugh because of how ridiculous she is.
Absolutely. And well, how did you come up with the name Laura Penny? I'm very curious about that because I remember, just like coming up with the name for that character. I'm interested in what you did for that.
Laura Penny was actually my colleagues and I from Mellow House, Jordan and Saranjan. We actually thought very carefully about what to name her, and it was a combination of we wanted her first name to be markedly generic, Laura. I mean, a very common name that wouldn't stick out, but then we wanted her second name to be an actual English word because those are more memorable.
Interesting.
Laura Penny, it's just a name that rolls off the tongue syllabically. We thought about that. We didn't want to say like Laura Almond because that the vowels just it doesn't work as well. But Laura Penny works, and
it sounds cute and fun.
sounds cute and fun. And she's so cute and fun.
She is so fun.
I don't know if I would describe her as cute.
Well, yeah.
She's horrifying.
She is. I should be that one that I run into at the frat party. I'm like, hello, nice to meet you, Laura.
Right.
And her friend Becca. Was that just a generic name that you?
Becca is okay. So my friends know that I've been making fun of sorority girls for a long time.
Right.
And Becca was a name that I routinely used when improvising in character as sorority girls, or just random girls in general while I was here at school. And so Becca was a name that I improvised while we were shooting.
Interesting.
So since then we've developed her as a real character. And so Becca is this great friend of Laura's who we plan to develop her more, but I plan to make Becca a stark contrast from Laura.
Interesting.
In that she's very sweet and nice all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So she'll be that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fun. So Becca's going to be, the reliable, sweet one.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. It's good that you said that there's a plot is thickening around the character.
Well, yeah, we've got, Becca's boyfriend is Josh.
Right.
And he's like a really great boyfriend. Laura's boyfriend, of course, is Derek.
Derek, yes.
Who's a beta.
He's a beta. And she's upset because he hasn't gotten her Tiffany's yet 2 weeks before about that.
He did not get her Tiffany's.
Come on,
For
Derek.
Valentine's Day. It actually never happened.
He never,
So,
oh dear.
yeah.
Oh dear.
But mostly probably out of thoughtlessness. He could have.
He could have, but he just forgot to do so. Okay.
I don't think that anyone will ever actually see Derek or Becca, though.
Maybe
Becca, but probably not Derek.
I do see why you wouldn't want to bring her, because it's almost fun to have her as that kind of anonymous person on the outside.
Yeah, it's kind of the book versus a movie idea. Like sometimes imagining these people in your minds is even better than if we found someone.
Absolutely. I know a Becca, a sorority girl, and so I constantly put her in the image.
You've got one.
I got an image in my head. So speaking of getting an image in your head, so you like as far as developing the character in and of itself. So you mentioned you did a lot of sort of improvisation with that sort of a character previously. What other kind of methods did you do and things you would put into the role to kind of deepen it?
You know, the character is, well, first of all, the improvisation is collaborative.
Right.
We have more than just me on set. It's me and Saranjan and Jordan. Sometimes we'll have other people. Like when we shot on campus, we had a couple of our buddies from the Melodors that would hang out. I also started the Melodors, so I'm still connected with a lot of those guys.
Absolutely.
On campus. And so people will yell things out for me to say, or vamp on this, vamp on that. We don't actually write anything that Laura says, but I'm not totally making it all up myself. So there's a lot there. I will say that and this has always applied for me when I did theater and stuff as well, but when the costume goes on, it really takes it to the next level. It's like looking at myself in the mirror wearing that wig and that makeup. It's just like it like really takes it to the next level. It just kind of it's inspiring in a weird way.
Speaking of the costume, did you have a stylist or did you kind of just set it all up yourself? And is it difficult to squeeze into those leggings?
They're not real leggings.
They're not.
As many YouTube commenters have pointed out, they're like a pair of starter pants. They're like starter brand athletic like pants.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I would know,
Thermal pants.
Thermal pants. Okay.
So they're definitely not real leggings. And the shirt is actually my roommate Jordan's. It's a men's shirt.
A men's shirt.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's just too small for me.
I gotcha. Yeah. So it's the way you wear it, and of course.
Yeah, of course the pearls. We bought the pearls at Walmart.
Nice.
That was actually kind of funny because Jordan went and got. Jordan's our main costume guy. So to answer your question, like in terms of the first people to do my makeup and like pick the wig, that was all Jordan. Jordan's the main stylist of Mellow House.
Nice.
And so he went to Walmart to get the pearls, and he's like, "Do you guys have some just cheap fake pearls?" And is this the section? Am I on the right section? They're like, "Oh, actually, this is probably not. These here are nice, but you don't want these.
You don't want these nice Walmart pearls."
Took him back. He was looking at these other ones. He's like, "None of these will work. How much are the expensive ones again?" They're $12. He's like,
Derek shells out for
oh yeah. So Derek laid down the Amex, and the pearls were taken care of.
Nice.
At that point. But yeah.
Well played. And the wig in and of itself, does that kind of wear naturally on you, or?
It's extremely uncomfortable.
I would imagine.
I don't enjoy wearing wigs or makeup at all.
Right.
Actually, I prefer to never wear makeup. Pretty normal response, I think, for a man in our society.
Right.
But no, it's not comfortable at all. We got it from Performance Studios. That's where we get most of our makeup and stuff. Performance is this amazing costume and makeup theatrical place down on Thompson Lane. So if anyone's looking for makeup and wigs, Performance Studios. There's my shout out.
There you go. It's a good plug. And okay, so. And speaking of just like the show in general, I have to see you've transferred it just from the YouTube video in and of itself to kind of popularize it to several vlogs. It's becoming more of a repetitive thing. How far are we planning on taking that, or are you just kind of letting it go in whichever direction?
People seem to like that character, Laura's character. That's the feedback we were getting, and so that's what motivated us to continue the character with the vlogs. And they've gotten pretty good feedback. Some of them have been more successful than others. We're releasing another one soon. We've been doing them weekly, actually, so far. I don't think they'll continue forever. We have a lot of other ideas. I personally like to do other characters.
Nice.
I don't want to be doing Laura Penny my whole life.
Yeah.
You know,
I wonder what she'd look like old. Yeah,
yeah. Old Lord Penny. It's me. A whole career out of it.
They're trying to orchestrate her daughter's, rise into one of
his progeny.
Right.
Lord Penny, the Penny fam. Actually, her name would change when she gets married.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Laura Porter. And
yeah, you never know.
You never know.
I don't know what Derek's last name is. But think of that.
Well, you have to think of Derek's last name. Yeah. Well, if he's well off, he's not getting a tip. He's say dollar if we're going to go way up there.
Yeah.
But Derek Dollar, it's almost alliterative. But, but so you said...
I'll consider that.
You'll consider
I'll write that down. Yeah.
Cool. So you said you have other characters you might want to do, and this is all part of your larger Mellow House Productions. And so could you kind of describe what Mellow House Productions is in and of itself? Maybe.
Yeah, Mellow House Productions is actually, we started as a vocal studio primarily. I mean, for the most part, we started doing a cappella stuff. The whole thing branched off from my YouTube channel, which I did multi-track a cappella things. Again, I was a melodor.
Right.
I like a cappella music. And then we didn't branch off into the comedy thing until late last year. And so we just started the channel in like December 2011, and then it's kind of sat there for a while. In January, we had a couple of small sketches, and then we were like, we need something viral. So that's when we did the Story Girl video, and it actually went viral. So we're like, oh, good, it went according to plan.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll say it was luck, but it was also very much strategy, the way we timed it and what we tried to do. So and there's two arms to it. There are two channels within Mellow House. There's the acapella music channel, which isn't all acapella, there's acoustic stuff as well. I'm working on some new stuff for that now. And then there's the comedy channel, which is all original comedy. The music channel is all covers, so all very unoriginal. Well, you could say it's original in a different way.
Right.
But the comedy channel is all completely original sketch comedy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So two different distinct parts. Keeps me very busy.
He's very busy. And for the viewers, what's the best way to go to Mellow House Productions at the website?
Yeah, so if you went to mellowhouseproductions.com, there are links there. That's the easiest way for me to tell people how to get there.
Nice.
But the actual channel name for the comedy is Mellol House. So it's like Mellow House, but with LOL in the middle.
Gotcha. Well played. Well played.
There. Or find us on Facebook. That's another great way to stay in touch. On Twitter, The Mellow House, @The Mellow House, or Facebook, Mellow House Productions. And a lot of our fans and friends have already kind of tuned in on Facebook and are keeping up with us that way. But many more of them should. So
absolutely,
come find us.
So Vanderbilt, you heard it. There is much more to be discovered.
Exclusive content.
Exclusive. Oh.
Cool pics.
Absolutely. So obviously, you need to visit. Because we've heard there's a lot of great talent, a lot of creativity going into it. So
funny jokes.
And maybe a Derek Dollar one day. We'll see.
Maybe Derek Dollar will make an appearance.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, John.
And tell Laura I said hey. And
I will. I'll tell her.
And back to you guys.
Wait. What? Is the interview over? The interview's over.
Oh my gosh.
You're very tickled by that interview, aren't you? Wow. Okay. Well, so.
Oh my gosh, that was such a great interview. Oh man.
Yes. Have you seen the blogs?
I haven't, but now I'm gonna go watch them.
They are.
Yes.
They're absolutely hilarious.
Because I love to watch videos of the sorority girl. She makes me laugh.
She's hilarious.
She does.
Well, so I guess all we really have time for now is for weather. So it's going to be a high of 69 and a low of 53 today. So should be a fairly nice day outside. Unfortunately, I will be spending it inside taking exams. I have 2 of them today. So thank you. Do you have any left?
I'm actually done. I had a paper that was due on Friday, but I wrote and submitted it yesterday because I have no life. So
okay. That's good. Proactivity is a good thing.
Yeah.
I wish I were better at it. Well, Vanderbilt, I will let you get back to any studying you have. Have a good, safe, fun spring break. Do well on all your exams.
Don't go in a tanning bed. I mean it. I'll find you. I'll hunt you down. I'll look for your orange face.
She'll know.
I will know.
So yeah, have a good break. Do well on your exams, and we will see you after the break.